The Ethiopian side must first reflect and look at itself if it wants to identify those who are truly undermining stability, peace, and security on the continent. Ethiopia is the one that signed a memorandum of understanding that threatens the unity and sovereignty of Somalia, a sister African state, by recognizing a secession of its territorial integrity. A state that repeatedly attacks the Sudanese Fashaqa and illicitly exploits its resources. This is Ethiopia, not Egypt. A state whose forces were rooted out of UNISFA peacekeeping mission. This is Ethiopia, not Egypt. A state that waged a war against Eritrea and sieged it for years and still threatens it by a new war to achieve its delusions of access to sea. This is Ethiopia, not Egypt. A state that operates forces in Somalia outside the AU banner. This is Ethiopia, not Egypt. Ethiopia, which violates the established rules of international law and disregards the established African principle of sanctity of borders. Ethiopia must stop immersing itself in illusions of power and control and realize that its false accusations are nothing but fabrications and delusions stemming from a troubled internal situation that seeks to export its internal problems and create imaginary enemies for domestic consumption.
Mr. President, we ask for the floor in the exercise of the right of reply to the statement made by the Egyptian delegate against my country, Ethiopia. The unfounded claims we heard here today are also communicated to the Security Council. Ethiopia has provided a considered response based on truth and lessons from our knowledge of Egypt's baseless claims. Our position remains principled and clear. The Nile River ties Ethiopia, Egypt, and the 9 other countries of the Nile Basin with a natural bond. Ethiopia has taken all steps to preserve this bond. The contrast between Ethiopia's long-standing policy of cooperation and Egypt's continued hostility is starkly clear. Ethiopia abides by the international law principle of equitable and reasonable utilization in its use of the Nile River.